up guys, Jonas here, and today I have a ranked gameplay for you guys. It's a solo ranked gameplay, and I need to forewarn all of you guys that this is actually pretty damn messy. In fact, I think this is better. I think this solo ranked gameplay will give you a better idea of how games are literally won in solo queue. It's not really about your player skill. It's really about whether the team wants to work together, and it's pretty obvious, as you'll soon see. But before that, let's just talk about the team composition.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Right, so our team, we have one main tank Johnson, we have two fighters Cho and Martis, we have an assassin Hayabusa as well as a mage Cyclops. Enemy team has two tanks, one main tank Hylos, one off tank Akai. They have a fighter Alpha, they have a mage Harley as well as an assassin Vanny. Just need to mention that actually in this game most of the players are just average, in fact. But then the difference is that the enemy team is pretty coordinated in the early games. In fact, I think to the very end, the enemy team are very coordinated. They prioritize a lot on teamwork and whatnot, which will obviously give them the advantage, as you'll see pretty soon. So of course, I'm laning with Cho, and I believe I'm quite good at Cho. Well, Johnson just died in the top lane there, not really my concern. And then what I thought about this is that I thought that Cho was here, which means that he should be able to help me peel, and I'll be able to play more aggressively. But turns out he just decided to run off on his own. I mean, partly it's my fault because I went to dash in the opposite direction, but sure, he didn't really. I guess I really expected a little bit too much for him. So anyway, as you can see right there, enemy team just dominated us because Hylos and Fanny were totally committed to killing us. Even though you can already notice that Fanny isn't that good, all Fanny needs to do is just spam some walls, just wall spam and just win the game like that. Because good thing is that our Cyclops has a little bit of brains, decides to move on, and this Cho decides to just leave without me, which just totally lets us get destroyed by the enemy team, because we already have 3 people on the enemy team coming after us, one of which is a Fanny, one is a mid laner Harley, and we have a fucking dangerous Hylos. And if you have a tanky hero like Cho just backing off like that, there's no way your other carry hero will survive, because Martis doesn't have as much mobility as Cho. Everyone knows that, because your second skill is slower and you don't get to use it as often as Cho, because Cho gets this Shunpo that refreshes every time you finish your first skill. Of course, I have certain standards for Cho and certain expectations for Cho, because I play him as one of my main heroes alongside Minotaur, and so I actually expected quite a lot from this guy, because it turns out this guy really wanted to play Cho. He showed his win rate of about 52%, but sure, the fact that you indicate your interest in playing Cho early on just makes me feel that, okay, sure, if you don't play it, you're gonna, there's always a chance that you'll just salt over it and you'll feel like super bad, and then you just very tilted and not be able to play properly, which is why I decided to give him the Cho, even though I could definitely play Cho. Here, Johnson doesn't come around and he looked like he wanted to engage, so I just followed him. Huge mistake, because Johnson didn't have ultimate, he didn't engage with the ultimate, and that's why we died. And as you can see, Johnson's gonna die as well. Nothing much to say here, but the good thing is, our team we were pretty lucky that our team was generally okay, individually in terms of skill. Unfortunately here, Hayabusa got caught right here, but he managed to teleport away because it's his shadow, and Alpha doesn't have ultimate at this point, of course. So Hayabusa is doing okay. He's pretty low, but of course he uses ultimate to try to clear wave. Johnson is driving by, managed to get a kill onto Alpha because he is lowered down by Hayabusa already. Now that for me, I'm not too afraid of going against Fanny, because ultimately I have a lot of CC skills that actually help me to, you know, get a kill. As you can see, Fanny is not that great. The fact that you can get stunned by that, or should I say, trapped by that, by this knockout, means that Fanny is not that adept, because most of the time there's no way a stun can stop a Fanny unless Fanny is really close to the wall, because it only disables your ability to cast a cable. It doesn't stop the cable in its tracks. Alpha has jumped right in, and here is just me doing my job, protecting Cho, even though he doesn't really deserve it, because he showed like no teamwork in the early game. Johnson managed to drive in. It doesn't matter if he misses his ultimate or not, but yeah, somehow missed my ultimate because Johnson already got a kill. Alpha is being ulted, he's definitely gonna die now. And then the final one, he managed to get a kill onto Hylos and make a clean sweep. And here Fanny's come around, doing the funny wall spam thingy. Because obviously this Fanny actually doesn't really know how to play. We're trying to get this Fanny, but not really successful. But it's okay. At least we gotta send Fanny back to base, which is a big deal. This Fanny is really weak after the early game.
Your team destroyed a turret.
And now I'd like to talk a little bit about my emblem set. I'm using custom tank emblem with Brace my trait, yes, because I just want to make this guy a little bit more tanky. If not, once your skills are over, you can't just survive anymore, which is what happens a lot when you play like assassin build on Martis when you go full damage. Managed to get a kill onto Harley. Unfortunately, unable to get the final bit in where I kill with the ultimate, so we can't. Our ultimate is currently on cooldown. Hayabusa has come right in, trying to get into Alpha, but he altered the minions. So yeah, it's a mistake by his part. Unable to get that. I was still sticking around, trying to get him if possible, but I think he has gone too far, and so our team is just coming around here. Alpha has been Akai has been altered. You toss all the skills onto her. I thought I'd get a kill, but somehow the damage wasn't enough, and we ended up dying. So yeah. Our Cyclops used Flicker to get in, to get the final kill, killing blow onto Akai. It's not really worth it, because actually it was all the fault of... I don't know. Anyway, not really my concern, because nothing much I can do about it. And we're back again, looking for that final piece, which is pretty crucial to Martis surviving, and the rest of the stuff are just whatever. And the key for Martis damage, or should I say damage and survival and sustainability, is for Martis to get his first 3 items, his first 2 items, just Bloodlust Axe and Rose Gold Meteor. Getting Magic Blade first is really good enough. So I'm just aiming to farm enough to get that, so I'll be able to survive more in the fight.
Lord resurrecting soon.
See, we catch Fanny in the bush right here. Fanny is stopped immediately by the... I don't know. Stopped by my... Wait, hold on. Stopped by the ultimate of Cyclops. So it just means that somehow Fanny was stationary at the point, which allowed us to get an easy kill onto Fanny, even though both of us were not as experienced as Fanny, or should I say, our levels wasn't as high as Fanny. Now just clearing my wave. But then of course I'm not going to push any further, because MET is definitely come around to clean the wave. As you can see here, Alpha and Hylos going around. And here you can see something interesting. Alpha missing the first skill, but somehow Beta managed to track me. It's kind of strange. I think I never actually experienced that before, or should I say I never actually noticed that before. The amount of damage immediately annihilating Harley. Now that we're done, Hayabusa unfortunately died there. But that's okay, not to worry, because Akai and Fanny were invested in the fight. It's a 2-on-1. Cho has jumped right in, kicked Alpha into a corner, trying to get him. He's a little bit too far off, unable to reach him. Use ultimate to get away. My ultimate range is too small and unable to get him. Looks like full-on fight has occurred. We're just gonna ward everyone away. Trying to get Alpha is almost a miss. In fact, if not for the full-on damage I had, Alpha would have survived, which would have been a big deal. As you saw just now, Akai had pinned one of our team behind, but of course all you need to do is to either knock Akai up, or what you can do is to simply ward off the enemy team, so they can't really help Akai, who is currently pinning someone on the wall, which is another way of dealing with Akai. You can just cut off his backline, so you don't have any support network, or should I say anyone to back him up, and that can be a useful way to render Akai useless during that point of time, other than suppressing a target, unless the target that is being suppressed is a marksman, then sure. And here I saw Akai in the corner, which is why I saved my skills to try to knock them out. Unfortunately, unable to get a crab because Alpha is just like bent on getting the crab. But of course, we are definitely going to engage right now because Johnson's come right by, and with the help of Cyclops, we are able to get a kill onto Alpha. Okay, say Johnson got a kill on Alpha, and my ultimate didn't do enough damage quite again, and so your Cyclops managed to finish it off for us. You're not really interested in taking Lord actually, because Hayabusa is currently dueling Norlos and Fanny. You can always have two people to come after this guy, which makes a lot of sense because, yeah, you can't just solo defend Hayabusa, especially if he is very farm. Yeah. And if you're a squishy hero, there's no way. And if you're a tank, you probably have something better to do, which is why Hayabusa is really annoying. Once again, we're waiting for an ambush. Cyclops has flickered right in. Horrible idea because the enemy team, you can just see how coordinated the enemy team are. They just jump right in to destroy the Cyclops. And we just lost out quite a lot of damage in this point. Managed to get a kill. Unfortunately, wasn't killed by me, so I was not able to follow up. And that's one of the problems with Martis, because apparently this Cho was waiting for something, and this is what is going to be amazing. Hayabusa is just trying to do all the damage. Fanny is off, missing all of the cables because Fanny isn't that good. And now Hayabusa is going to get a final kill for a Savage. Very beautiful one, and wiped out the enemy team. Hayabusa trying to get a kill on these guys, but it's not really possible because ultimately they are sticking together to share damage. There's no way you're gonna get them even if you're really farm. Akai used ultimate already. Fortunately, Hayabusa has a shadow and managed to dash out first. So it's going to be a horrible time for Hayabusa. Johnson is driving right in. In fact, the team fight is engaged right now. Alpha is already far away from the team fight because they just run all the way back. So it's definitely a win for on our side because you can see the two tanks going forward as well as Fanny. But Alpha has gone back to clear wave. Huge mistake for Alpha. He could have been there and the team fight would have turned out otherwise because he's probably the main damage source. And yeah, we managed to win that fight very convincingly because Alpha just decided to just run away from his responsibilities while his team decided to engage, which may not be Alpha's fault, might be the team's fault because they didn't really communicate it well, but nevertheless, that's not really our concern. At this point, we managed to wipe out, trying to get into Hardy. He managed to escape because I'm in the middle of custom skills. But okay, we're just gonna hit enemy base right now, and we end the game right there. GG, well played. So yeah, as you saw, there was a pretty big difference in the early game and the late game, mainly because our team wasn't really coordinated in the early game. Everyone was just crazy. They're a little bit tunnel visioning, including myself, but well, partially it's Cho's fault initially for my first death because he had to back off immediately. So I was just trapped right there in a 2v1 situation. Martis is not going to survive. even though he's pretty strong. So anyway, in the middle, what you need to do is just work together as a team. Because Martis is a hybrid fighter, you can go around roaming and helping to secure kills without easily dying. So it's fine for other fighters or other carries. You might want to go onto a farming so that you can eventually dominate in the later part of the game. So this is Sean signing off. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time.